everybody that they're all a safety. If nobody stops the unsafe thing that's going on, well, look like a bunch of goldfish trying to eat food. Just look at this guy. Not only just stand there in front of a loaded firearm with his buddy pointed at him. Who's that bomb? Who's that bomb? But he shot off a round and still none of you said anything. You stood there dumbfounded. All while over fighting shot his freaking down. Doc, thank God. Could you please tell me how bad this is? Do I want to? Yeah, of course I want to see it. Oh my God, he's gonna be more perfect. The only headshot this idiot got was through his buddy's arm tattoo. That poor woman. I really hope that's your ex-wife, because it's gotta look like she's got a tumor growing out of her face from now on. What's that scout? Something positive on all of us, everybody. Now we can all see how those TikTok instructors for firearms, right? The ones that are doing the walk in front of everybody while they're firing, idiots. Oh, it's universal training. It's more realistic when the bullets are going by in person. Yeah, well, the only realistic training you're gonna get is the medic training on you, trying to save your arm, or you bleeding out. I still can't get over how that bullet wound is gonna look like that broad's got a zit right in the middle of her face. Alright, get a bandage up. We're all gonna go see Sergeant Major so that you can get your Article 15, because I am not gonna be blamed for this. I want to thank Battlecat Code for supporting the channel. The dude is a one-man show who makes prints and ships out everything. He's a part of the trading and shooting community, and his stuff's got a lot of interesting designs and cool great sections. I'll put the link in the description below, so if you want to check him out, you can, and it's free shipping with any order over $75. This one was my favorite, and I'm happy for that. Alright, shooters. First duration fires can be 5 rounds in a standing position with your M9 pistol. I just hated myself. Well, I can't wait to show everybody the 1 million subscribers. Sure! My drill sergeant sense is tingling, but that can only mean one thing. I've hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and now Angry Drill Sergeant has to break down his basic training video. All right, shooters, first iteration of what?
What are you doing?
Setup. It's kind of new. Today we're going to be talking about a viral video where a young man who was being sentenced in his court hearing, well, he didn't like what the judge had to say, so he decided to vault over her desk to, we'll get a little one-on-one time with her. It did not go well for him. Unfortunately, not so great for the judge, which is okay. Hey there, future behavior. Guess what? He'll be the judge looking at her money. He went back to court with that judge to get his charges for the previous assault. And then he also went to court with a different
to the bathroom on there.
Besides the food cards and magnets for your little fidgeting, so your feeties have something to do while you're trying to de-stress and kick that bad habit. Beaver has served over 150,000 customers, and it has thousands of success stories. There's no reason one of them can't be you. You can upgrade from a journey pack to a smile pack and enjoy the clean walnut barrel, Onyx black gold properties, and still get 10% off. Just be sure to go to tryfood.com/angry cops and use code angry cops for your 10% off.
It appears that Rick is an example of how the system can fail mentally ill defendants. His attorney explained that Redden has been diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. He's been through mental health court twice amid a string of violent crimes. For the case today, he was initially charged with assault with a deadly weapon, but let it down to attempted battery with substantial bodily harm.
Mr. Redden, is there anything you want to say on your own behalf before I pronounce sentence?
So basically, I would like to tell the courts, like, based on my conviction, like, I'm critical that, like, I should be, like, in prison for a second time.
Have you looked at your criminal history? Have you looked at your criminal history?
Actually, this,
He shouldn't be sent to prison for a second time. He's already been to prison, right? He's already went mental health court a couple of times. And apparently, even after mental health court, he still got sent to prison. By the way, difficult to be sent to prison. It's very difficult. People don't want to send you to prison. It costs money to send you to prison. They'd rather put you on probation and just make sure you're a good boy for a while, right? It's like a ground.
okay,
When you lived it,
this,
Don't get wrong, he lived it.
3 felonies, a gross 9 misdemeanors, multiple DVs. Got a lot going on, sir.
yeah,
Bro, 3 felonies, 9 misdemeanors, multiple domestic violence. Dude's a woman beater. He's a wife beater. He's an even other beater. We need to have sympathy, right? We need to have sympathy because everybody knows people with schizophrenia or bipolar all these beat women. They beat women all the time. Their loved ones constantly because it is the ailment, the symptom of their debilitating disease that they have. They can't help but beat the living shit out of their defenseless loved ones. They can't help it because they have schizophrenia. Anybody who is in mental health knows that this is a line of shit.
Got a lot going on, sir.
yeah, I understood, like,
Battery on a protected person.
Battery on a protected person, I would assume, means assault of a police officer. Sometimes they'll say battery assault of a protected person, and that usually means like peace officers, police officers, judges, and mail personnel. So you do like a mailman, you assault a mailman, you can't do that. That's a protected person. It's government officials that have to do a job, and that job could lead to butting heads in the public. And, you know, we'll use a judge, for example. A judge sentences somebody to something, they get out of jail, you know, and then the guy comes over, stalks the judge, and beats the shit out of the judge. Not because the judge is a bad person, but because the judge affected their lives and in a negative way. Even though that's their job, they have to, right? They have to determine guilty, not to bench trial, and then how long a person stays in jail.
A protected person, robberies.
Robberies!
No doubt lots of questions to be answered in the wake of this, including inquiries into the possible failure of the system in dealing with mentally ill repeat offenders.
This news lady better tell me how a dude that's robbing people doesn't deserve to go to jail. How robbing an individual is a symptom of schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. Robbing. Dude, people with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder know what right and wrong is. People with schizophrenia may have difficulty right? And then, like, engaging in reality, obviously, you know, they'll see and hear things that aren't really there. They'll think that they're like a really big rap star or something like that. I've had people that thought they were rap stars. It can be true at once. You can be bipolar. You can have schizophrenia. You can also be a piece of shit. Give it to me.
It appears that Redden is an example of how the system can fail mentally ill defendants. His attorney explained that Redden has been diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder.
And he's robbing people and beating the shit out of people in the street with weapons. And he's beating the shit out of loved ones that he's in relationship with, and it's domestic violence. Oh, but it's the system. The system's fault. It's the system. Ah, man. How did we not see that coming? Is Nevada like this super progressive, liberal, bleeding heart state? What is this? Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Insert stupidity right here. Right there. Put it in right there. Because she's brain dead. She's gotten too many things in here that now her brain's dead.
Home invasion.
Court records show Judge Holthus oversaw one of Redden's previous cases for malicious destruction of property that was in court as recently as October. The two have a calm and matter-of-fact exchange, with Redden telling the judge he's a changed man, even indicating that he understands she must do what she feels is right in deciding whether to send him to prison for a second time.
There's face
Not right there.
over time. I have a support system.
Go get it.
I just have hired as a teacher for
Make a match.
$20 an hour.
One.
And like the reason behind every single domestic violence I've been dealing with mental health, I didn't know that I was dealing with mental health. They put me in mental health support. I still didn't know that I had a mental health problem until it was August 2022. I realized I had a problem with this.
They put me in mental health court. And then I didn't realize that I had mental
Not
health
there. You
issues
see blue there.
until well after I was done with my first bout of mental health. We'll put you in a loony bin prison. But you're not safe. Dude, you are not safe. Let's say that he is horribly afflicted with a mental illness. And if because of the mental illness he's fine, right? You still gotta go to a loony bin and figure shit out, man. You're not safe in public. You're going to a loony bin prison. You're gonna get some lithium, but you just can't be out in public beating the shit out of people because I had a bad day. No.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada.
Somebody saying, nah, fuck that mess, is what some people might call a red flag. In policing, we call that a clue. Because that's going to tell us what's about to happen next, kids.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
Okay, so this is when the fight starts. We've got, what's the time? We've got 8 seconds. 8 seconds, right? And we're going to see when he gets pulled up off of her.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada.
In the aftermath of the attack, panic ensues as it's clear more help is needed in the court.
Not 10 seconds. You would hold your breath and start whooping on a punching bag as hard and as fast as you could. Take 10 seconds and just flail on something. On a pillow, cushion, not one of your friends, neighbors, or loved ones. You get 10 seconds, you're throwing like 3 punches a second. This lady probably got slammed, choked, punched, kneed. She's getting kicked right now for 10 seconds. 10 seconds to get the shit stomped out of you is a long time. She's like kicking her, trying to grab at her. Ooh, there we go. That's a haymaker for a policeman right there. That was a good one. You see that? Let's watch that.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
10 seconds of once. You start.
In the aftermath of the attack, panic ensues.
I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada.
In the aftermath of the attack, panic ensues as it's clear more help is needed in the court.
Not 10 seconds. You could hold your breath and start whooping on a punching bag as hard and as fast as you could. Take 10 seconds and just flail on something. On a pillow, cushion, not one of your friends, neighbors, or loved ones. You get 10 seconds, you're throwing like 3 punches a second. This lady probably got slammed, choked, punched, kneed. She's getting kicked right now for 10 seconds. 10 seconds to getting the shit stomped out of you is a long time. He's like kicking her, trying to grab at her. Ooh, there we go. That's a haymaker for a policeman right there. That was a good one. You see that? Let's watch that again.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Go get your bone.
There's the left hook. There's the left hook of liberty. There is the left hook of liberty right there. The left hook of liberty. Coming in hot. Ready? How? Don't touch my judge. Don't you dare touch my judge, sir. How? That guy dislocated his shoulder from serving a little bit of street justice. That's what happened. This is the court of street justice. If this guy beats his meat like he did this guy, that police officer's junk is gonna be black and blue. And he does need a POV. He does need a POV. You know what? Hey, we need to figure out who the fantastic officer is. I'm sure there's gonna be a follow-up story later on. We need to figure out who that officer is, and I need to send him a POV. Get in my DMs on Instagram. I'm sure he goes into court bathrooms and takes like 10-minute shits, and he's on it. He's got to have an Instagram account to scroll through stuff. We got to get him a shirt. We need to get him a POV. He absolutely deserves it. And before I even hand it to him, before he gets in the mail, good job. Good job. Good job. What irritates me is if you see the other side of this video, and especially this guy in the blue. This guy in the blue is the defense attorney, right? That's a public defender, I would assume, or a private attorney. So many people just stood there in the courtroom and watched this guy kick this shit out of the judge. And we're just like hoping that somebody jumps in. If that's not the perfect analogy for the world that we, police officers, live in, I don't know what is. We will be sitting there tussling with somebody, trying to prevent a robber or somebody. And everybody else just sits there and just goes, wow, I hope that cop can handle it. Dude, assist us. If you see a cop struggling with somebody, you get to kick somebody in the face for free. You can stop somebody as they're wrestling with the police officer. And the police officer's going to go, I can't do that, but you can. Thank you so much for stopping this guy while I was trying to effect an arrest. You're the best. And all you have to say is, put your hands behind your back. Say whatever the cop is saying. The cop's like, stop fighting, get on the ground. You just repeat that like doing the same thing. Grab a break. Pow, stop fighting, get on the ground. Ah.
Several days later.
Hey there, future me here. Guess what? The young man that jumped the judge let me down a ring. He went back to court with that judge to get his charges for the previous assault. And then he also went to court with a different judge to get his brand new set of charges for jumping on and attacking the original judge and tussling with the police officers as they tried to pull him off of the judge. First things first. Let's see how the attacked judge charges him. How that goes.
All right, this is not a continuation of Mr. Redden's sentencing. When we were last here, arguments were concluded and the court had begun to pronounce sentence when an incident occurred. An incident initiated by Mr. Redden, preventing the court from completing sentencing. That is the sole purpose for today's hearing. Any other issues that may arise from the events that occurred last Wednesday will be done at a future date by a different court. For purposes of the record, I want to make it clear that I am not changing or modifying the sentence I was in the process of including last week before I was interrupted by defendant actions. I am making my calendar meeting from that day an exhibit for the court. It hasn't existed the moment I walked in, prior to anything happening, nothing's been changed, indicating the sentence I intended to impose.
Oh, we know that incident. We know what occurred.
All right, that being said, in accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court is now sentenced you in addition to the $25 administrative assessment fee
Okay, so now we're going to get down to sentencing.
and $250 major defense fee, 19 to 48 months in the Nevada Department.
Look at my guy. They're not having a repeat of that Superman jump over top, that pole vaulting, that he should be in the Olympics. He jumps a lot over that judge's freaking desk. He's got, it's like boxing gloves over his hands. He's chained at the waist, and he's got a spin hood on. No chances. And if you watch the deputies, they're staring at him the entire time.
19 to 48 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. How much time does he have?
19 to 48 months. So 2 years. We got 2 years. Maximum. Maximum for his previous battery that he was in court for. Not including this judge's one, right? Just 19 to 48 months.
0 days, he was on probation, the defense was revoked on probation.
He was on probation when he committed the offense. Our dude slipped through the cracks, right? This whole story's about him slipping through the cracks from channel bump fuck. He was already on probation for beating the shit out of somebody. Hey, don't beat the shit out of somebody. And then he beats the shit out of somebody again. Somebody. Look at my guy hitting his face with those big red things. It looks like he got tic-tac over his hands. It looks like he's trying to compete in American Gladiator. Look at him. He's got like the bugle stick hands. He's got bugle hands. Oh man. I mean, I feel bad for him, but I don't feel bad for him. Hysterical. That looks. It's like he's got a whip football bat taped to his hands. So that he can, whoever he punches can be like, dude, please stop. Jeremy, wait. Look at Jeremy. Stop. Anything. You got the bugle hands. You cannot hurt me with your bugle hands. Okay, now they sweep him away. But that's not the end of it, right? That was his sentencing for an attack, a battery, previously jumping on the judge, right? And he was there talking to the judge and he jumped on her for prior event. That's what he was getting charged with. This is the end of that whole investigation, court, free parole, etc. Now, he's going to be arraigned by another judge for the attack on the judge we just saw, right? So that previous event that he was in court for, which led to the attack on the judge, all done and over with, right? 1948. So we're about to see him walk into court and get arraigned and get his charges for attacking the judge, fighting with the police officers that made that whole huge viral video. Let's see what he's getting charged with. I bet you it's a laundry list.
Hello, Mr. Redden. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Redden. Good to see you again. This time those picnics. Just normal men. Wasn't it COVID?
Okay, I have a few housekeeping matters to handle before we handle this case. In anticipation of me appointing the public defender to represent you, there are multiple media requests. There were multiple orders that were signed in initial appearance court. I have amended several media orders to not allow live streaming.
She doesn't want to allow live streaming because she doesn't want another incident, which is smart. That's pretty smart. Judge being like, hey, listen, you're not jumping on me. You're getting any more attention. You're not going to make a circus out of this. So nobody's live streaming, okay?
Because I do not allow live streaming. So to the extent initial appearance court allowed live streaming, I have amended all of those orders.
Oh my God, the haircut on this woman. That is a Karen haircut. You just attacked Karen's friend. She's about to Karen do her life apart.
All right, as for disclosures, before I arraign Mr. Redden, I want to disclose under Judicial Canon 2.11, comment 5, that I do know Judge Mary Kay Volpus. I know her very casually and only professionally. I've never socialized with her outside, say, a professional event. I do, for instance, not know her phone number. I don't think she knows mine. We're not connected on social media. I've never worked at the district
guys is Karen-esque, but now that I see the Vegas Knights symbol in the back, she's a hockey mom. You're fucked. I mean, I don't want to say it's worse than a Karen. A Karen's obnoxious. A hockey mom just gets business done. You see her going on about it. I don't know her. I know her professionally. Her daughter works for me. That's it. She's off the case. We're doing this. Everything is fine. There is no bias. Prepare to get butt by the law. Get him, hockey mom. Hockey mom. Judge Sullivan.
Mr. Red, have you been given a copy of the criminal complaint this morning? You're being charged with count 1, attempt murder, victim 60 years of age or older, a felony.
Attempted murder! Oh, fuck! He must have choked her. If he attempted murder of the judge. Fuck me running. This guy done fucked up.
Oh! Now you fucked up!
Count 2, battery on a protected person resulting in substantial bodily harm, victim 60 years of age or older, a felony. Count 3, extortion by threat, a felony. Count 4, intimidating a public officer, a felony. Count 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all battery on an officer, the same named victim. Oh, and by the way, I do not know any of the other victims named in the criminal complaint. Those are all felony offenses. Count 10, performance of act or neglect of duty in willful or wanton disregard of the safety or persons of the property resulting in substantial bodily harm or death, a felony. Battery on a protected person, count 11, that's a gross misdemeanor offense. Count 12, battery by a prisoner, a felony. Count 13, unlawful act related to human excrement or bodily fluid, a felony. All allegedly occurring on January 3rd, 2024. Do you understand these charges?
Dude, that's 12 felonies and a gross misdemeanor.
Ah! The number of today is 13!
I don't know what a gross misdemeanor is. We have A and B in New York. B is like low level, A is high level. Highest level misdemeanor. 12 felonies. 1 misdemeanor. Attempted murder. Fuck.
Can you afford to hire a private lawyer of your own expense and choosing? Are you a veteran or a member of our military?
Are you a veteran or a military member? Could you imagine if he said yes? What a shit show. Well, there you have it. I think the lesson that we've all learned today. Don't go after a judge. Sure, politically, yeah, in the news, alright, but in court, attacking a judge is a no-no. Now, if you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is grab yourself a shirt from the eager-cops.com store. Do that. That's before discount. Ooh, look, the E4 Mafia shirt. 50. Alright. See you next time, weirdos. We got your back, officer. I mean, immediately once it's done. The officer cuffs him up, then, don't stab him.
November 2001, Afghanistan was dark. Nobody was out at night. The lights in the country were out. Any movement was pretty easily identifiable. We flew only at night as well. And the team called on the radio and they said, hey, we see some lights coming our way. Can you take a look? So we see some lights, and it's a vehicle with their lights on driving towards their location. And I give the play-by-play. Just we were going through our final checks inside the aircraft, ready to engage, it pulled into a compound in the middle of nowhere. So we held off. It was our decision on board the aircraft. I went back out on the radio and I said, hey, this vehicle just pulled into this small compound. Multiple vehicles, multiple adult males outside of this courtyard. I said, stand by, and he came back with the radio and said, there's your confirmed Taliban, you're cleared hot. So I can remember that moment, and as I was sitting in the aircraft, I looked to my right, who is Lieutenant Colonel Mike Radford. He's the fire control officer. We're at the station. And I was like, game on. Allison Black, affectionately known by some as the Angel of Death. I grew up in Long Island, New York, and I wasn't surrounded by the military. West Point was not too far away. I knew a little bit about it. Upon graduating high school, I was looking to serve. I didn't know how that was going to manifest. I looked at all the branches of service, and the Air Force drew my attention. I wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself. I was looking for that sense of mission, sense of purpose, and I enlisted right out of high school, March the following year, March '92. I didn't know many folks that were in the military, right? So when I joined the Air Force and went to basic training, I knew I wanted to. I was physically fit, but I didn't know how to march, how to salute. I was shocked that they were yelling at me. I was an 18-year-old young girl in search of that mission, but also being taught very directly how to carry myself as an airman. It was intimidating. There were many times, and I think this carried throughout my career, where you doubt. You doubt your path, you doubt your capability. Am I smart enough, strong enough, fast enough? Am I worthy of these roles? And that was no different in basic training. But then it became a challenge. I know how to fail, right? When I fail, I try to fail full. Failure sucks. It's humbling, but I don't know how to say I quit. And the training and the people investing in me from the start of basic training to the time I hung up my cleats this year, that is what has carried me through. People believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. So it was during basic training that you were brought into a room to talk about specialized career fields. One was pararescue, combat control, SEER, EOD, explosive ordnance disposal. So they would come in and talk about these career fields and what it would take to do them. And that's where I learned about SEER. So I stayed behind and approached the SEER specialist and asked about it. I was terrified. I knew nothing about returning with honor. I knew nothing about survival or evasion or resistance.
I'm done spending an obscene amount of money on to get everything done.
I'm getting back on track with Factor. Fresh, never frozen meal.
Oh, I love going to the gym and getting a good pump. My girl's every sense is tingling, but that can only mean one thing. The Navy is doing stupid things for PT and making themselves look like idiots. No, you, and today I'm blowing you wide open. I found out why you're a bunch of rear admiral rhinoceroses, good old Captain Cookie Monsters, beef chief, and ensign I'll have seconds again. And that's because some of you ride bicycles during PT. Oh, you don't believe me? I've got sources.
You literally cannot make this shit up. What the fuck are they doing on bikes?
What is this? Explain this to me. That there are a group of seamen running around and doing the right thing, and you got a bunch of the Wicked Witch of the West monkeys riding bicycles around the fucking formation, barely even breaking a sweat. You would think breaking on the brakes of those bicycles as their chubby asses trying to stop. We don't need smoke grenades. Just put some morbidly obese seamen on a bicycle and have them break fast. No wonder the Navy's on ships. They spend $1 trillion on brake pads alone, trying to slow down a caravan of old morbidly obese carcasses going to old country buffets. Look at how ridiculous this looks. They're causing a traffic jam with bicycles. Where's your little bell? Ching, 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 ching. Get out of my way, seaman. Ching, 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 ching. I swear to God, if it's all officers on those bikes, I'm gonna lose my shit. Got the Navy maximizing the minimum of my max out tire pressure on those poor bikes. The frame's gonna snap. I know Thanksgiving's over, but it looks like these porkers go to the bar and line up shots of gravy. There's a reason why the alternate exercises or physical fitness tests are done in the basement, away from prying eyes, normalizing minimal effort and flaunting injuries. So look, if you just get hurt like me, you can have it easy on the gravy train. Shot. Somebody needs to talk to the Navy's spokesperson about this. What concerns me is the amount of seats that have been removed from those bicycles. And for Christ's sakes, if you're on bicycles, at least go to the front, lead the way, make sure that people are stopping for traffic. They're all in the rear. And don't give me that they're picking up stragglers line of bullshit because there's nobody fucking with them. Look at their helmets up. They don't even match. You all look like you just got off of the short bus. And what happens if somebody falls out? They're gonna scoop them up, put them in the basket, or have them sit on the handlebars. Gonna put them on the backpacks and tow them back to base. I bet those guys on the bikes just can't wait for the turnaround point to come up so they can fly back and beat everybody to the showers and greet them as they enter. Good run, fellas. Smack. You really sprinted hard today. Smack. It was great watching you from behind while I rode my bicycle. Freaks. What do you gotta say, smart ass? I'm your backpack. And I'm gonna teach you how to shine today. Well, maybe you didn't. I've been arguing for years that if we have to do the bicycle as an alternate to the run in a PT test, that we should be able to bicycle it up during PT. So I tip my hat to you, Navy service members, for completing a sham I've had in the works for over a decade. I've got to think on how I can get an award made for some fantastic sham. So here's to you, my fellow shamers on Navy North Island, bicycling your way to the best sham of all time. The only thing you don't want to sham is your balls, which is why I suggest you pick up the performance package from Mason, which includes a lawnmower 4.0, everything to make sure that your downstairs area ain't riding high and tight while you're sitting on that bicycle seat. Or maybe you're not that hairy. You just need some tweezers and nail clippers, or a nose trim. Hell, even some fantastic boxers for you to work out in. Well, they got them too. All you gotta do is click the link below at manscaped.com/HenryCops to get 20% off of your order. And with the holiday season coming up, that 20% may not be a bad idea. But don't you forget, guys. Shame on. Shame on. Do I get some from my boss? No? Into the sky! troops deployed to check bags in New York subway stations must do so without carrying their long guns. Over the weekend, a spokesman confirmed, reporting to News 4, that the governor had ordered the bag checks to be conducted without the presence of the large military-grade weapon. It's a fucking short barrel rifle. It's like this long. I've seen dicks bigger than this on the internet. Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, has activated 750 New York Army National Guardsmen to assist New York City officers in patrolling the New York City subways because they're so ridden with crime. I think that that's fantastic, having a bunch of National Guardsmen activated to assist the officers in their city, in their state, from what I guess could be considered an uptick in crime. And there was an uptick. In fact, in January of this year, 2024, there was a 45% rise in violent crimes, robbery and larcenies, pickpocketing, etc., and assault from December of 2023. So from December to January, 45% increase. That's big. But when it comes to the safety of people in the New York City subways, there's always somebody that has a problem with some sort of police presence because it might offend somebody, or because the way that you're securing us is making me upset. And that makes people do dumb things, like take away guns from every National Guard member while they're in the New York City subway. Because nothing says political nonsense so much as putting military members in a place to make people secure and safe, but removing the ability for them to do that by taking away a firearm. Just give them a crossing guard vest, for Christ's sake. But we're gonna break all that down, discuss what the hell guards are even doing down there. But while we're on the topic of security, this week's video sponsor is Laura. Laura, today's sponsor. Now, information does reduce the amount of spam that I get, but it also protects me from hackers using this type of information in order to get into my social media accounts, bank accounts, or other sensitive information. With Aura, you also get credit monitoring, antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft monitoring, and insurance all in one single affordable app. That's it. You might say, but AC, I've already got a VPN. Yeah, but do you have all of it? What's the point of locking the front door if your garage is wide open? Have all the tools. That way you can have your privacy and protect it like I value mine. Just check out Aura.com/angrycops. Click the link below and get your free 2-week trial. See the advantages for yourself. All right, meat and potatoes. The governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, has got 750 troops activated to assist New York City police officers in the subway, including 250 New York State troopers and Metro Authority police, which I guess fall under the state. I'm not really sure about the Metro Authority police thing. I know about the troopers, I don't know so much about the Metro Authority, but they're statewide. Good for them. She controls them. Bring them into the subway in New York City. That's Metro E. Because there have been some significant violent acts in the subway system. Like I said, December to January, violent crimes in the subway system in New York City rose 45%. That's significant. You had $100 in one hand, $145 in the other hand. I know that that's a bigger amount that I'm going to be taking. It looks like buttermilk balls. Anywho. But one of the things that caught my eye in these articles is that the troops, New York Army National Guard soldiers there, they don't have arresting power. Obviously, it's not martial law. They would have arresting power if it was martial law, but we're not that far in New York City yet. Every day we get closer and closer to escape from New York. Escape from New York. That being said, the troops are there to assist New York City police. They're not there to arrest. They're there to assist the police. But how do they assist? Well, luckily I sent out some feelers on Instagram and Twitter so that I could talk to some of the individuals that are deployed there in the subway system to tell me how the hell they're actually assisting New York City police officers. Right now, I do know that they are assisting with random bag checks. So if you go to the subway, there's signs that say, hey, listen, you're subject to having your bag searched while coming on the subway. And this happened because, some people tried to blow some things up, and some people did blow some things up, and some people forgot to blow some things up. And, extra precautions in this congested area. So, hey, AC, can you tell me what the hell's going on down there? Yes, AC. It turns out that the answer is absolutely nothing. They have no arrest power. They can't detain anybody. They just kind of stand there without any weapons, assisting in bag searches. And when I say assisting, I mean they kind of stand there and look at it while the New York City police officers go through said bags in the bag check lane and do nothing. I'd say they're like security for the police officers, but it's more like mall security for the police officers, or like Target security. Like they can see somebody committing a crime but they can't stop them from leaving. They just kind of get to watch them walk away and say, hey, no. So far, I'd say it's not really working out for them, considering that just yesterday, somebody was shot in the head on the subway. Back to you, AC. But because we have constitutional rights, like the Fourth Amendment, that say we should be free from unreasonable searches and seizures, if somebody goes, hey, I want to do a random bag check on you, you have the ability to say, "I'm out here," and walk away and out of the bus station. Now, although that is your legal right, some might say that's a red flag. What in the world is in that bag? But like any good idea that involves trying to make people more safe, there's some bleeding heart that makes absolutely no sense. Talking about feelings. Riders Alliance, a New York commuter advocacy group, says homeless deployment of the National Guard would have the opposite psychological impact than needed. Psychological impact of having people in uniform there to make sure that nobody gets pushed in front of a train, or that a conductor gets his face slashed, which are things that have happened over the past 2 months, by the way. That positive presence would make me have a positive psychological impact. Well, no. What does this person mean? What does Danny Pearlstein, this idiot, have to say? While well-intentioned, deploying troops to the subways more likely to increase the perception of crime among people who don't ride public transit than to protect the millions of people on platforms and trains. You hear that, gang? Daniel Pearlstein says that you, an occasional person going on the train, is going to see that National Guard person and say, ooh, I feel like it's not that safe because there's people here to assist in my safety. And that personal feeling of, oh, why are they here, is far more dangerous than a young woman getting pushed in front of a bus or a conductor getting his face slashed or an old lady getting her purse robbed from some asshole. Listen, Danny, who I'm sure you have your pronouns in your fucking bio, maybe looking at the officer and being like, oh shit, is it really that bad down here? Isn't so much of a big deal compared to stab, 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 steal, steal, punch, piss, shit, vomit, all over the place. If all these National Guardsmen can just stop people from shitting in the subway as much, I think it's a win. Let's say they stop zero crime, but the homeless are like, man, that soldier's gonna boot me in the face. I should probably not piss on the train that he's on. I think that that's a win. And by the way, what are the rules of engagement here? What happens if somebody goes up and starts motherfucking subduing the military? Bro, they fly by a different set of rules in the military. You think NYPD's, listen, you can't put any weight on their back and you have to slowly guide them to the ground. It's gotta fucking fly with the federal law enforcement group of MPs? I don't fucking think so. I can't wait for somebody to test some fucking National Guardsman from the Bronx and be like, hey, yo, dude, you ain't in the fucking real army, you in the National Guard. Fuck you, guy. Bro, I take the fucking C train every day. I'll knock the fucking snot out of your face in a heartbeat if you take one more step to me. I'm not the fucking guy with the badge. I'm the dude with combat boots on. Hey, you know what? Fuck, wow. I would love to see it. A Bronx brawl. Get the 369th Infantry Regiment out there, the Harlem Hellfighters, just dropping bows at people. Blam. Oh, what's that, young man? Huh? You want to fuck up to the conductor? Blam. Would you fuck up to Uncle Sam? Have a sit down. You be polite. You get up. The lady needs to take that seat. Just saying. We can clear that shit up. Kind of funny how it's taking 750 Army National Guardsmen to do what Marine could do. What happened to New York? I thought we were a whole bunch of fighters. Huh? I thought, you stepped to somebody, you do something stupid, get smacked. Now we can't even show up in uniform because Danny's tiny heart syndrome makes him, oh God, is it really that dangerous in here? Danny's the type of person that goes, listen, we can't put criminals in handcuffs because they're going to think that they're arrested. And if the community sees somebody in handcuffs, they're going to feel like their community's not that safe. Your thinking solves nothing. Here we go, Danny. How about next time you come up to me instead of shooting down these ideas to make people safe, which is literally just having a dude stand there looking around. How about you give me some constructive criticism? How about you tell me what you could do instead of, that's dumb. It's got to make people feel not so good. Danny's a pussy. Male or female, they dumb. I don't give a shit. Danny is a non-brain thinking, emotional child who is stunted his own growth with his idiocy. People are going to think that there's crime happening down here. Danny, there is crime happening here. That's why the nice men in uniform are here. Yeah, but now that they're here, I just feel like maybe it's not that safe. Danny, you're retarded. How do these people get put in charge of shit? Oh, but don't worry, Danny. Don't worry. Kathy Hogle hurt you. Good old Aunt Cat. She hurt you. And now the National Guardsmen can't bring their rifles. That's right. You're a National Guardsman. You can't get a shoot a rifle. But the stupidest wording for a rifle goes to NBC local news in New York City. The National Guard troops deployed to check bags in New York subway stations must do so without carrying their long guns, Governor Kathy Hogle ordered last week. Over the weekend, a spokesman confirmed, reporting to News 4, that the governor had ordered the bag checks to be conducted without the presence of the large military-grade weapon. It's a fucking short-barrel rifle. It's like this long. It's exactly. This is not real. This is a dummy weapon. It's almost as long as my arm. It's just barely longer than my arm. How is this massive? I've seen dicks bigger than this on the internet. Stop fucking propagandizing it. Look at large military-grade weapon. Got howitzers down there. It's an AR-15 platform. Everybody's got it. In fact, the fucking hoodlums that are going on these subway systems got fucking AKs. Got the little Dracos. Got that Draco, son. Large military-grade weapon. What do you think we got down there? That's right. Take the rifles away from the National Guardsmen. It's not like they've trained on them more than your New York City cops have. Sure they have. By the way, you know New York City cops have rifles, right? I mean, the specialized units. But yes, there are rifles issued out to New York City patrol officers. Why is this such a big, scary thing? Military grade. Every fucking department has a rifle just about now. This is America. We've got rifles. Nobody's really freaked out by them anymore. Except for pussies like Danny. He had a rifle in his hand, and therefore I felt like I was afraid, and that fear was bigger and worse than somebody actually beating the shit out of me, taking my money.
You're gonna pull up. Left hip forward, placing your right hand on your away hip thruster. Giving the illusion that you have a gun. Of course, we both know. You know.
Fucking Danny. Danny's a fucking high dose of reality. At least they're carrying their pistols. They better be carrying their pistols. Good Lord. You want to know how jacked up New York City cops are? Well, not the cops, but like their training and how afraid of guns New York City dummies in their administration and mayor's office are. This is for years. This isn't a new thing. They have an addition into their firearm, their pistol, that makes their trigger pull several pounds heavier, right? So normally people go, I want to make my trigger pull a little bit lighter, so for accurate, there's less about like, rah, and I'm not tweaking and moving the pistol. But New York City goes, hey man, even though these weapons are holstered all the time, we don't want them to accidentally go off when they pull it out and keep their fingers straight and not on the trigger. We want to make sure that they're really squeezing the shit out of it so they intend to shoot when they do. Little do they know, if you're a fucking firearms instructor, and the fucking 10 pounds of trigger pull is like, cow, and you're gonna move left and right with that extra squeeze trying to fucking pull that 10-pound trigger over, you're gonna miss your target. You're actually making it dangerous. You're making it worse where your cops just shoot accurately under stress by like making a fucking 10-pound trigger. But no, don't let the National Guard have weapons down there. They're atomic fucking bombs. Military grade large weapons. But the creme de la creme of dumb ideas comes from the New York Times. I know, could you hardly believe it? Donna Lieberman, the executive director of the New York Civil Liberties Union, called the ban on long guns at bag checking stations a relief, but said that the guard's presence underground remains an unnecessary overreaction based on fear, not facts. 45% increase, you stupid bitch! 45% increase in violent crime isn't feelings, that's a fact. Feelings is Danny seeing a guy in uniform and going, I feel like there's more crime, instead of worrying about actual crime. When it gets better, deploying military personnel to the subways will not make New Yorkers feel safe. Who the fuck are you bullying? Miss Lieberman said. It will, unfortunately,